Fox 61, Connecticut's news station, starts with a weather impact alert.
Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10 on CW20. I'm Bridget Piorlo. Get ready for changes come morning. We'll be waking up to some icy conditions, so get your coat ready to go, right? Meteorologist Sam Samperia, how is it looking? When's the biggest impact going to be?
Okay, Bridget, it looks like tomorrow morning between about 4 and 9 o'clock is the biggest impact for any kind of icing up of some light freezing rain over the region. So we have winter weather advisories that have been issued. Now, I do have some new information coming out since the 5 and 6 o'clock news this evening, and I'll get to that later in the newscast. But temperatures are already dropped down into the 20s, 25 Granby, 25 Bristol, 27 Glastonbury, and 29 Brantford. Even down along the shoreline, we have temperatures below freezing. So even though the winter weather advisory is posted for inland, you could have maybe a little bit of an icy start, but it won't last as long. Already, we're starting to see some light scattered now, light mixed precipitation. I did look at some ground observations over in Williamsport, Pennsylvania State College. Nothing much going on, but you already can start to see the trend of moisture starting to pick up over there. So for us, we're going to look at this by 3, 4 in the morning. That's when we'll start to see a little bit of that light rain developing, and so when it hits the cold ground, it's going to freeze on contact right away, especially 3, 4 in the morning. And it's not going to be a heavy storm, but again, temperatures are going to be critical, down at and below freezing with hard ground, so we'll have a little bit of iciness overnight. Temperatures in the 20s to near 30, and tomorrow, yes, we're on that alert for a little bit of freezing rain, and then it warms up to just some light drizzle and a little bit of fog as temperatures get up to near 40. Coming up, I will detail how much ice we get, who gets the most, who's the most impacted for tomorrow morning, and what you can expect Sunday and right into the new year. We have some big changes on the Fox 61 7-day forecast. In a few minutes, Bridget.
Okay, Sam, talk with you soon. Thank you. And tonight, a community paid its respects to Portland selectman and firefighter Sean Manning. He was killed in a crash last week while walking to a town meeting. To many, Sean Manning was also a local hero, as well as a family man and businessman. Fox 61's Stephen Reels spoke to some of those gathered tonight to honor his memory.
With extremely heavy hearts, hundreds of people came right here to Portland High School to pay their respects to Sean Manning, a firefighter and town selectman who was tragically killed 1 week ago. Friday night, hundreds went to where Manning used to walk the hallways at Portland High School for his wake. You could see how Manning's death resonated throughout the community. Elected leaders, first responders, and several other people from all across the state came to Portland to show their support for Manning's family in this tough time.
Sean has been an asset to the town of Portland forever. He was a caring person. He loved Portland. Portland was his love, and he built homes. You know, he did a lot of good stuff in the town of Portland.
Sean Manning is survived by his wife Terry, his daughter, and his 3 grandchildren. For now, in Portland, Stephen Reels, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
May his memory always be a blessing. All right, Stephen, thank you. And now to a developing story in Southington. Unionized firefighters are warning of trouble on the horizon. Their message comes one day after 2 firefighters barely made it out of house fire alive. Fox 61's Julia LeBlanc reports now from Southington.
After having to call in a mayday while responding to a fire at this home on Howard Ave, Southington firefighters are sounding the alarm about potential cuts they say could be coming to their department.
This should definitely be a wake-up call. This should be a wake-up call for the Board of Fire Commissioners. This should be a wake-up call for the town manager, the town council, and all the Southington taxpayers.
Ed Crandall has been with the Southington Fire Department for nearly 2 decades. He's also the president of his local firefighters union. He says this fire call, which came in the morning after Christmas, almost took the lives of 2 first responders.
The captain on Squad 5 and the lieutenant on Truck 1 became disoriented in the building. A mayday was issued. There were no available resources on scene outside the building yet to help them out.
Luckily, the 2 men were able to make it out alive and home to their families, but Crandall says it was too close for comfort and speaks to a much larger staffing issue the department is facing.
We are understaffed. We've been understaffed for a very long time. The Southington Board of Fire Commissioners is faced with the decision to cut our staffing even further.
Randall says town leaders have talked about ways to cut down on spending currently strained from overtime.
My plea would be to not reduce services. This is going to put the public at risk. This is going to put my firefighters at risk. It's dangerous. We almost killed 2 people the other morning. This is your wake-up call.
Randall took to social media with this issue. That call was answered by one of the council members.
The best way to get the facts is by having a meeting, getting the facts, and then us as elected officials, we could take action if we find any proper action.
Jack Perry sent this letter to the town manager and the chair of the town council, calling for a special meeting to discuss this as soon as possible.
Safety, we have to defer to the experts, in my opinion. And that's, it's like when you go to your doctor, you believe what your doctor says. I have to believe what our fire department's telling us.
After unanswered calls, the chair of the town council sent a written response to reporters, saying the issue will be discussed at the next town meeting on January 2nd. But Perry feels it needs to happen sooner.
Talk is cheap, and, a lot of politicians are constantly stating that, we support our first responders. Well, this is our opportunity to at least listen to them.
Because they never know what their next call will bring them.
They were very lucky. This incident really put this in the forefront.
In Southington, Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Chair Paul Chaplinsky Jr. tells Fox 61 that his council will have, quote, a mindful eye on the needs of all of our departments, including public safety and fire. We will take the necessary action to ensure the safety of our teams while providing the greatest possible services to our community with a responsible budget, end quote. Discussions are scheduled for the next Board of Fire Commission meeting next Thursday night. We'll bring you updates as this story develops. And in other news, we learned moments ago the trailblazing sportscaster Greg Gumbel has died at the age of 78. His family posted the news on social media, saying Greg passed away peacefully, surrounded by much love after a courageous battle with cancer. He called Super Bowl 38 between the New England Patriots and Carolina Panthers. The Patriots tonight posted a message expressing the organization's deep sadness over his death. Gumbel is survived by his wife Marcy, whom he married back in 1973, and one daughter, as well as his brother, television icon Bryant Gumbel. Well, Brantford police have shared the name of the man killed in the shed fire that we told you about last night. 69-year-old Stevens Baird was found dead inside by firefighters after they extinguished the flames. It's not clear exactly how the fire started, but an investigation is now underway. A 13-year-old boy from Hampton is in big trouble tonight after police say he tried to steal a car with a child still inside. The vehicle's owner says he parked to pick up an order at the Jersey Mike's off of Universal Drive in North Haven last night. He said he left the car running and his 8-year-old child was inside. When he came back, he saw the teen get in his car and start to drive off. The man ran after the car and the teen jumped out as the car was still moving. The man was hurt trying to stop the driver. Fortunately, other people got involved. They were able to get the vehicle into park. The child, thankfully, not hurt. The teen was caught and is facing several charges this evening. Devastating news for residents and workers at 2 more nursing homes run by Athena Health. The company has filed its intention to close those facilities, and that means Connecticut will be down another 240 beds for those in desperate need of care. Athena notified the state labor department that it plans to close the Countryside Manor and Sheridan Woods centers, both of them in Bristol, no later than March 22nd. The people who live there will be moved to other centers, but this also means 431 workers will be getting pink slips. Athena said it is filing that this was a difficult decision. In a statement to Fox 61, the company says staffing challenges, building needs, and rising costs made it impossible to run both centers. We should note Athena is still waiting for final approval to do this from the State Department of Social Services. These are just the latest, though, of nursing homes on the chopping block. Abbott Terrace in Waterbury closed earlier this year after the health center was barred from billing Medicare and Medicaid services for patient care. Since 2018, Connecticut has lost 836 skilled nursing beds. Advocates and lawmakers say a care crisis looms. Republican state senators spoke out about the closures. They told Fox 61 in a statement, quote, hearings will be held to allow the public to weigh in on these actions, but the trend is clear. The financial instability of nursing homes in Connecticut is getting worse, end quote. And tonight is the night for those who dream big. The Mega Millions jackpot is now worth well over $1 billion, and tonight is the drawing. Fox 61's Kay Pattyfoot spoke with people at gas stations who are hoping that their chances are high.
I'm hoping for a big win. I would like to be debt-free, and I think my blood pressure could get normal.
Pay off my school debt, retire my parents, and just be comfortable.
Get away from this cold weather.
Pay off all of my college debt and any of my credit card stuff.
All the things they would do if they won $1 billion. The Mega Millions jackpot is over $1 billion, and people here are going big or going home.
I think I got 10.
Oh, so you're serious?
Yes. I need a nice hit. I want to free up some of my kids and grandkids so we can all be a little bit more happier. We're happy, but we can be a little more happier.
And with inflation still high, other customers agree with Alice Colson. College and credit card bills are the main concern for young people buying Mega Millions.
A lot of people have priorities. I think this is on top of everything else. Like, instead of going on vacation, I want to put to things that will actually benefit in the long run.
And almost all the customers I spoke to bought more than one ticket.
I just bought 5 lottery tickets.
Why?
Well, my dad told me to play because he always plays. So he's like, go and try because you got to be in it to win it.
The Mega Million jackpot has now grown to $1.22 billion, which could be the 5th largest jackpot in the game's history. Reporting in West Hartford, Kay Pattyfoot, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
You got your ticket? I got mine, so we'll have good luck together, right? We'll be reading the winning numbers on the news at 11 on Fox 61 News, so we hope you tune in and hopefully one of us wins.